Hello, and welcome to the Rosewood Legacy Dead of Night. This is episode 13, and right now we are here with Isadora and Elena. They fell asleep together and magically got makeovers while they were sleeping. So they're getting up, and here's how Isadora is looking. We will see her in many outfits, obviously, throughout the episode. But this is like one of her everyday looks, just looking like herself, but you know, new and improved, new and updated a little bit. Elena doesn't look like she's getting out of bed yet, which is okay. We're getting a little hungry, so I think we're gonna make ourselves breakfast and then make like a fancied up plate of plasma fruit or something for Elena's breakfast. She has reached a whole level 8 of the cooking skill, so she's very talented. I can't actually make a fancied up plasma fruit. Why are they glowing like that? I can't make like a fancied up plate, but we'll pretend that it is a fancied up plate. Elena is getting up. This is obviously her sleepwear, but this is her new hair and everything. It messes with her eyelashes a little bit, but I do try to ignore it because I only found that out after I gave her this hair and I didn't want to change it because it takes me stinking forever to figure out what hairs I want to put on my Sims. I went through almost the entire hair catalog for Isadora and ended up just going into the game and getting some new hairs for her. And luckily, the perfect one was waiting for me, so that's good. So Isadora is obviously enjoying the company of Elena, and she is feeling pretty well rested, but she still can't shake that feeling of unease and discomfort that she was feeling during the end of the last episode, or I don't remember how long it was in the last episode that she was feeling that way, but it's been a minute at this point, and she's just still feeling this really strange, uneasy feeling. Obviously, just everything going on is just very spooky and I get why she would be like really uneasy all the time over it, but it feels a little less emotional and more physical unease, very uncomfortable. She's feeling dizzy and it was like her body's too heavy to hold up. It just feels like this great weight, and of course a headache to top it all off. So Elena, after they eat, Elena turns to Isadora and is like, I don't really have anywhere to be today, want to hang out? Isadora does, but I think she's gonna say, honestly, I am not feeling good enough to do much of anything, so I guess we should just like chill around, you know, maybe watch some TV together. I don't know, just things are kind of weird and we want to conserve our energy and stuff, so we can watch romance. We're flirting anyway. Keep that mood going. It is interesting that we do want to talk to Melvin, the curator at the repository, and I definitely think we would want to talk to him at some point again, but right now, not so sure. I'm gonna let her change back into her PJs because I made her change out so that I could show you her new everyday outfit, but she deserves to be comfy. But just so you can see, here are her outfits. She's got a good amount of blue and pink going on here and a little bit of purple even because those are her colors and bisexual pride, happy pride. It wasn't like completely intentional to make her colors so bisexual when she is bisexual, but it works out really well. It does. They're just gonna keep romancing each other, I think, because they're just doing that all on their own and I'll let them, of course. You may or may not notice that my voice sounds a little bit different because I am using like an actual microphone. Before I didn't use a microphone, I didn't use like anything. If anything, I was using the recording thing on my headphones. But I have an actual microphone here that's technically not used for recording voices. Oh, okay. Rio wants to hang out. He's buttoned himself in a little bit. I really don't know what he's wearing, but this is his new hair. He is definitely giving a little bit of a rocker vibe. This is how Rio's new everyday wear is looking. I wanted him to really go with a rocker vibe. I wanted him to go for exactly the type of look that he wants to tour the world with, basically. Like, this is, he's gonna be able to pursue his dreams as a rock star a little bit better. But he's human, so I figure I'll make him look like a rock star of some sort. I guess we'll let him in. I did kind of forget, like, the last time we saw him was when he, excuse me, were you, okay, anyway, he wanted to leave. You just got here and begged for me to let you in. I don't know why you were leaving, but anyway, we're gonna let him in because the last time we saw him, he did kind of snap at us, and maybe he's here to apologize, not sure. Okay, really trying to get the muscles going. I haven't seen my Sims do that in a little bit, but I guess it's only a matter of time when they do it again. So we're gonna quickly have a discussion with him. I don't think we're gonna spend too long on it because I do want to go just back to watching TV with Elena. Maybe we're really caught up in the storyline of the romance movie we're watching, but right now I want to see what Rio has to say real quick. As expected, it does seem like he came over to apologize for the other day when he snapped at her. I think he's gonna say, like, I'm sorry, I was kind of a real asshole. Girl, I mean, I add you to my household all the time just for storytelling ease, but you're not actually living with us. Although, it wouldn't be, like, horrible. I kind of get why he would want to, since right now he's just living with his vampire roommates, but they're still his good friends. It doesn't really matter that they're vampires that much, does it? I don't wanna, he's gonna get mad if I say no, so I'll say yes, I love that, and then just cancel it right out. I know, buddy, you want to make things more serious. You wanted to propose last episode, which I still think is wild, and we're definitely not doing that. Because we have bigger things to worry about, and I don't know if she's ever going to get married. I don't know. I wouldn't really expect that. Winona's trying to get us a different job, likely because, I mean, our parents probably aren't completely sure about our job at the cabaret. I know they probably think that we've been pretty safe since the incident in episode 2, because that was like 10 episodes ago, and she hasn't really talked to them about anything else happening, but they probably still in the back of their minds are like, there might be some better options for you, safer options, but I don't think Winona actually wants us to go into business at all. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but anyway. He's decided to rock on. Got it. Rio's gonna apologize. He feels like a real asshole. He knows that. I mean, she didn't really do anything. It's not her fault that Nathaniel, girl, whatever, is a piece of shit. And she wanted to kind of protect Rio from that by just stepping in for a second, which technically did work. He did leave after that. She's kind of like passively forgiving, but because she's kind of focused a little bit or distracted by the pain that she's feeling, her headache and everything, she's just not feeling all that well. And that's definitely a weight on her mind right now, so she's trying to pay attention to everything that he's saying, but she's not able to completely be present for the conversation. It looks like he was just ranting a little bit, probably about Nathaniel, if you can imagine that. He actually is going to invite Isadora out for, like, dinner tonight, but I think he's gonna talk to Elena for a second and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't know you guys were hanging out, but I would like to take Isadora out to kind of make things up to her, take her out to dinner maybe, if that's alright. I didn't mean to, like, take her from you. And Elena's like, yeah, I get it. I heard that, you know, you're kind of an asshole to her, so she does deserve to be taken out. Like, that's okay. He's apparently going off to work in this ugly-ass outfit. There's no way he's doing gigs in that outfit. And I hate it, so we're gonna ignore that. But I guess we'll, like, hang out until about dinner time with Elena, and then we'll go out with Rio. They're just kind of joking around together right now, which is cute. All of Elena's efforts are coalescing into a mastery perk, Skillful Sleep. If Elena continues, she will be able to build skills while sleeping. What exactly skill mastery did she do for that? I mean, she's painting level 9, which I kind of forgot that she was a painter. That's my bad. I sometimes forget about my Sims' hobbies, especially if they're not in the household, though. Like, she hasn't been in my household, so I didn't know that. She's also kind of good at writing, and obviously she's maxed out dancing. But I don't know why you were gonna get that park, but anyway. They're joking around, but I do think, like, Isadora is broke, by the way. She has 130 simoleons. That has nothing to do with what I was about to say, but I don't know how we're gonna make more money because, again, she doesn't get any more money from her job anymore. She has to get, like, 1,000 a day because people are so good at tipping, apparently. At her bar, drunk people being good at tipping just doesn't sound right, but apparently that's the way it is at the Cabaret. But I guess vampires can't get drunk, so whatever vampires might tip well, if they have money too. But we're gonna just go back to watching TV because I was going to say, before I got just like completely distracted by our financial troubles, is that she's just really not feeling well and she wants to just sit down for a second and like everything is exhausting right now. Like she feels so exhausted just standing up and laughing. She's like, okay, can we just like sit down and do nothing? Especially if I'm gonna go out to eat with Rio later, like planning on going out at all, but he's trying to make things up to me, so I don't really want to reject him. I'll try to make it like just a low-key day, but for now, I need to rest to prepare for that because for some reason she's just feeling so awful. Even though they are watching TV together, they have been talking the entire time, which honestly I love doing. Like I love talking while we're watching television. Sue me, like if I'm with somebody that I really like, we're gonna yap. We're gonna yap while we watch TV. Mutually, of course. Because like I feel like it's fun to comment. Maybe I just have bad movie etiquette. I was gonna say, I wouldn't do that in the theater. I actually might, but to be honest, I've never gone to the theater in years because I don't like the movie theater. Today made me so angry. One guy just kept asking me about my day over and over again. Just be your friend if you keep repeating the same questions over and over? Sheesh, some Sims. I don't know where this is coming from, but Winona definitely, that does sound like something that would kind of piss off Winona, like the constant small talk. And like, they are an absolute loner, so that does make sense. I'm gonna be like, agree with Thayer. Try to calm Thayer down. I don't think she has energy to do much of anything other than agree with Thayer. I feel a bit better. At least there's one sim in the world who really gets me. Romance festival? Gosh, that would be fun to go to with Elena if we could. Bummer. But anyway, I think it's about a good time to go out with Rio. Maybe we'll stop by the romance festival. I don't know. I'm adding Rio to our household real quick so we can go out for dinner, and I'm also giving us some of their money because they don't need that much money, and we are dead broke right now. They love Isadora, it don't matter. They'd give it to her if she asked. She didn't ask, but still, we'll say she did. We're gonna ignore the fact that it's gonna be telling me almost the whole time that Rio has work. I don't care what it says. This is a very luscious, very green restaurant, and I thought that like something like this is really gonna look good once it becomes nighttime. It's not like completely Isadora style, but I think Rio would really like being in like a natural looking area in the sun. They definitely look like a really badass bi couple. I think he's bi. I've never really talked about it because like he's not really into anybody but Isadora right now, but I think he is. Free bride. So yeah, Isadora's just gonna try to ignore the way that she's been feeling, which probably won't be very easy, but we're gonna try to have a normal day today. Yeah, neither of them really fit the vibe of this restaurant, but that's okay. Alright, we'll order. You've probably heard me say this 1,000 times, but I can never remember if my Sims are vegetarian. I'm just gonna say Isadora isn't. Because I really don't know. We're gonna get... I'd love to get an appetizer, but you can't get an appetizer and a main course. I wish you could get, like, literally as much stuff as you want. Get steak for Rio. Feels like today's a steak day for him. And I'll get Isadora this Malaysian dish. Fizzy fruit drink for Rio. I mean, Isadora loves a good drink, but none of these options are very... Isadora? We'll do, like, sparkling apple juice. I don't know. I think she's a bit fancy when it comes to her drinks. This is usually a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be, so we wouldn't have been broke after ordering, but still, I'm glad we stole his money anyway. Celebrity level lost? Well, that's probably because I I didn't play him until now. Like, he's just not been getting any celebrity level until now because he was not being played by me. That's a stupid little thing, but whatever. It's no big deal. He'll get it back up. I kind of forgot to make it an actual date, so we'll pretend I did that, but they are not actually, like, on an event right now together. Whoops. One thing about this microphone is it keeps falling on me. It really is quite the pleasant view right here, though. I think we might fill Rio in on the blood vow thing that Soren told us. I don't know how much he knows about that concept, but we didn't really get the chance to ask him about that since he snapped at us. And of course, he has continued to vehemently apologize, and she, you know, she's been accepting, honestly, a lot of apologies from him recently. I mean, only 2, really, but the first one was kind of a big one, wasn't it? Him, like, almost dying because he lied to her about something, like, you know, kind of a big one, but I don't know, he's a flawed person, he's human. He wasn't, but he is now, so, you know, everybody's got their flaws. He's talking about the sun. I bet he is. I bet he is talking about the sun. Oh, and there he goes, one-star celebrity again. I don't know how in the world he did that, because he's just been here sipping his drink the whole time, but I think he's doing more talking and she's doing more listening today, not because of anything other than the fact that she is just not fully in it. She's not really feeling fully herself today. So, you know, she's just kind of listening to him and flirting with him, apparently, because of course. I think he's going to tell her about his last couple of gigs. He's going to be really excited to share all of the information about it with her. He probably has had, you know, a couple of people say some things to him about, you know, encouraging things, just encouraging him on his musical journey, which happens a lot if you're performing at small little gigs like that. Small little gigs. And she's trying to pay attention because she really does care. But she's starting to get distracted because she's starting to just get really bad pain in the head, and she's really feeling it. She's feeling it very deeply. She's kind of trying to focus on looking as normal as she can, looking as, you know, okay as she possibly can, and listening to him, trying to sound like she's actively listening, even though she's having a hard time hearing him over the ringing in of her ears. And Rio has to give her a little shake in the shoulders to actually get her attention again, because she's so days off. Isadora! He finally is able to snap her back. She kind of looks around, kind of like, I didn't realize I was so out of it. You're bleeding. She did not realize that she was. Now that she's alert, she can feel it coming out of her nose. Oh, okay, they're flirting. Isadora touches the blood. She doesn't know what to say. There's no way this is normal. Once in a few years, you just get a nosebleed for no reason. There's no way this is one of those nosebleeds. Not after the way she's been feeling recently. It's just so odd, and it only reminds her of the times where she tried to leave San Myshuno. Are you okay? Rio asks. I don't know. I don't think so. We're already out in the open fresh air, but she's still thinking. Need some fresh air, so she might try to, you know, get out of the restaurant and come down here. I know that, like, air is the same, but sometimes the change of an environment can kind of help too. Alright, we paid for a meal, so we can head down. We're here at the Romance Festival, but we are not feeling any better. We're thinking about babies. Why are we doing that? Stop that. It does look like it's, like, basically wrapped up because there's just cups everywhere. A lot of the stuff is gone, just, some of the stuff is still here? I don't know, but I think it might be best if we just call it a night at this point. Alright, we're home, so immediately we're gonna wipe the blood off of our face. Luckily, it is not still bleeding, but that doesn't change how much she is kind of freaking out about it. She is just gonna go right to bed. It's 3 a.m. anyway, but there is just no reason to continue just in this state. She is currently on her period. Maybe she is hoping that all of this somehow is just a side effect, because, you know, the period side effects can be crazy, but yeah, no, I don't think it is just a period side effect. Anyway, we do have to get her some tampons and pads and stuff, though. Probably get some protection too, now that we do have one human partner. Sasha's calling to chat, of course. Not feeling our best, but we do want to make time for our mama. Oh, Pandora's here. She's also leaving. Okay. Nice to see you, Pandora. Friends hang out with Elena. You know what? These Sims have been so helpful to me recently because I think this is like the third time that a Sim has invited themselves over. Elena, Rio, and Soren all did it when I wanted them to come over anyway for the story purposes. Like, this is exactly when I was gonna have Elena come over. It's great. She is just staying inside her doorway, though. Okay, now she's coming on over. Good. Alright, we've got a sad Elena. She's crying under our covers as she typically does. I am so sad for her all the time because she's still just struggling. She's still just struggling. And we are too, to be fair. It's only $75 to replace, and Isadora found out that she hates handiness, so we'll replace it because she's, I suppose, feeling like a diva. But yeah, after Elena's done, because I don't really want to interrupt her, she has an urgent matter to talk to us about. She kind of came over with a sense of urgency, but she's paused on that real quick to cry in bed and then sleep while crying in bed. Okay, Elena, I'm gonna wake you up because you have been here for a while. I feel like she only sleeps when she's at our house. Like, this bed is still assigned to her, though. It's still technically her bed, so makes sense. Sorry, girly, I know. She just looks so sad all the time, and it makes me sad. It does. We're feeling flirty, though, not sad. Oh, okay, she's back. She's going back. This is like so... This has been happening so much recently. Oh, that's kind of heartbreaking. Looks like she might be having a bit of a headache too, but this is Elena's new main outfit, by the way. I think she looks great. Something has been really worrying Elena. She seemingly has something kind of important she wants to talk to Isadora about. I think last night we texted her about the nosebleed at the restaurant, and it has really gotten Elena. And she said that that kind of kept her up at night because it reminded her of something. Elena seems very scared that Isadora's symptoms when trying to leave and her symptoms of just existing now are so similar to the way the previous waitress had died. I kind of noticed some weird stuff going on with the waitress before she disappeared. She had asked me if she had been to work the night before. One morning she came to me quite frazzled and asked me if she had been to work the night before, which she hadn't. Which is kind of weird because you'd think that she would know. She would take some extra breaks to sit down and just breathe because she was feeling a bit lightheaded. But when she died, there was an increasing amount of people going missing and being found dead in the area, so it was kind of pronounced as her dying of the same causes of all the other people who had died around that point. But now that we think about it, knowing what we know now, Kira and that waitress do not look the same upon death. Kira was killed by fangs and blood loss, like a vampire. The other waitress was bleeding from the inside out. What causes that? Isadora thinks. Pandora saw the body herself, right? Maybe we should ask her. Stop thinking about babies! So we're gonna call Pandora over to chat real quick. So Pandora has come over, and she also has obviously gotten a makeover. Soren? We haven't seen him yet this episode, but he actually kind of didn't get a makeover because I didn't want to. I just thought that this hair was the only hair that I really would like as much on him. I gave him a different shirt, but I like the old one better. So, Pandora, you saw the other waitress's body, right? We used to have to worry a little bit about honesty when it came to Pandora and Soren, like we didn't know if they would tell us anything. But at this point, I think they're open books. I don't think we have to worry about that. There's nothing left for them to keep to themselves because their trust with Nathaniel just isn't what it used to be. They're starting to understand that he's the one keeping secrets from them. I was startled by the body at first, but Nathaniel, it just kind of dismissed it like her body was just like the rest. At this point, you hadn't been attacked yet, and I didn't really question Nathaniel the way that I do now. I would still question parts of his authority, but he knew more about vampire violence than I did, and he seemed to think that it was done just the way that all the other kills were done. So she trusted him, but she I'd never really seen anything like the state of that waitress. Well, not yet. She admits that when Isadora showed her what happened when she tried to leave, the similarities were frankly kind of horrifying. Pandora didn't draw the comparison out loud to Isadora because she knew all it would do is scare her. After all, if there is a connection there, for all we know, it could mean Isadora would be the next one found in that, quote, concerning state. And since she had no idea what caused the previous waitress's death, nothing Pandora could really think to do to help Isadora anyway, so she didn't really say it out loud. This conversation is going somewhere that Isadora really doesn't like. She doesn't know what this insinuates, but she's still scared out of her mind. Sorry, but their boots are also diva. They're also diva in their boots. So yeah, that was, I guess you could say, helpful, but also super helpful because we still don't know what the hell is going on and we're freaked the fuck out. And Isadora, like, again, as I have said too many times before of this episode, she's not feeling well. It's only 8 p.m., but we are gonna head to bed because maybe resting will help. It hasn't really helped, but I don't know. She's just tired. She's done with this feeling. She's done with it.